Good morning, my faithful sweeties. Just looking at the beautiful sky this morning. My son was supposed to go home yesterday, but he wasn't able to. Hopefully, he'll be able to this morning sometime or today sometime. This is the ninth day in the hospital. I think it's the ninth day. I gotta count it again. Make sure. Sorry for moving. I had to get myself situated. He wanted the shades of just like I did to watch the sky when the sun comes up. If I don't catch it right now coming up, I'll make sure I catch it and I'll post it for you all to see. But just wanted to come on and say good morning and hope you all have a wonderful, I think today is Sunday. And know that no matter what you go through in life, God is still able to bring you through. God is so good. Even if you shed some tears, it's okay. Even if you're upset or get sad because of the things you go through, it's all a part of life, us being sad or upset. So don't feel bad because you be sad or upset. Just try to trust God. And this situation for me, my son being in the hospital, has been really, really hard. This has been one of the hardest situations that I've had to deal with since he's had the cyclic vomiting syndrome in his entire life. This has been really, really hard. But like I said on my other video yesterday, I'll be posting to let everyone know exactly what went on, because he wants everyone to know his story and we want to get it out there so people can share what's been going on, where we live, because that's what caused this episode. The manager, she called my son a nigger, and she called up to the hospital the other day. Well, not up to the hospital, I'm sorry. She called my cell phone with lies, trying to act like she got something in the system by my son. And me and him both on SSI, whatever. And I told her why she's doing that. What she needs to be doing is telling me why did she call my son a nigger. And I asked her in a nice way, and she was like, I did not. And I said, no, you did, just as calm as I'm doing it. But she was hollering, and you know what she did? She hung up the phone. So I know she did it, but I know she did it because she done it to him when he was a little boy, and I didn't even know that this was the same lady. But it's the same as that lady that did it to him, and we don't even know this lady. And if I would have known that she was the one that was at this rent office or on this building or whatever she claimed, I would have never moved here. If I had known that these apartments that we live in is the way that they are with all this discrimination, I would have never moved here. Because you can't be a white person and like black people, because if you are, then she's mistreating you. You can't be a person that's mixed with anything, she don't like you. You can't be a black person, she don't like you. And she has mixed grandchildren, and my son actually knows her son, and she be mean to her own grandchild, and it's crazy. She needs to pray and ask God to help her, because it don't make no sense. Literally, my son almost died because it caused him to go into an episode for 10 days vomiting for 10 days straight, and he was vomiting up his bowels for 10 days straight because he held it in that she had called him that. So let me go ahead and tell the story. He held it in. Well, first off, He held it in. He said him and his brother was walking into the building, the part where we could check our mailbox, and she just called him a nigger, and then they just turned around and walked out. But he said he told her, I heard you, and he just walked out. But he didn't tell me that it had happened. So I'm guessing it was the same day he came home. And later on, and he started using the bathroom, and he started using the bathroom every day, all day. He was in and out the bathroom, like running off or boo-booing. And even if it wasn't run off, he was just boo-booing. And he wouldn't sleep at night. And then he told me, well, one night he woke up because he had peed in the bed, and he thought he was going to get in trouble because he had peed. He's 28 years old, but I told him it's okay, but he told me that he had dreamed about Gail Potts, Larry Moore Manor, Christian City, Union City, Georgia, which is the manager. He told me he had dreamed about her, and I'm thinking that maybe he dreamed about her because she just be mean to us all the time, and she had just been mean to me the week before. And so I thought that's why he was dreaming about it. And I was like, it's okay, baby. Talking to him, trying to calm him down, because I've also gone through the same thing. When she was mean to me, I was peeing on myself all the time in the bed or whatever. And nobody should have to go through that. So anyhow, he didn't tell me, and I kept saying, what's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong? What happened? Please tell me what happened, baby. Please tell me what happened. I know something is wrong, because your child, and he was acting different. So finally he started vomiting, and then I was like, Trey, please tell me what's wrong. What happened? Please tell me. And he finally broke down and told me. He said, she called me a nigger. And I said, who called you a nigger? And he was like, Gail. I said, so what were you doing? And he told me, like I just said, that him and his brother just walked through the building and where the rent office is at, and the mail room, and she called him a nigger. But I know he not lying, because she don't call plenty of people niggers out there and done it in front of us. She's been mean to a lady around the first of this month, and she was mean to her because she put her money order for the rent in an envelope. How you gonna get mad at somebody because you put your money order in an envelope? I don't understand it. And you put it in a Dropbox. Like, when I tell you she's so mean, she been putting her hands in the elderly people's face and everything. Like, sorry, my hand is not too good. She been putting her hand in the elderly people's face. Like, we seen without a stove. This gonna be the 4th week without a stove, and now I need to be able to bake his foods and stuff like that. So I'm gonna have to try and see if I can get me a toaster oven. But when I get back home, I'm going to see if she'll give me a toaster oven. But I don't know if she's going to give me a toaster oven, because when I told her that, she said that, she hung up the phone in my face. So just with her hanging up the phone in my face and still haven't called back, which was, I think that must have been Friday. So I know she said it, because you wouldn't have hung up the phone in my face if you didn't say it. You would have just sat and talked about it in a nicer way, like I was doing, talking calm. I wasn't gonna fuss and holler and scream and holler at her. I just want to know why she did it, and it doesn't make no sense, and ask her why she keeps doing stuff to us. So yeah, I just wanted to tell that story about what happened. So he was vomiting for 10 days straight, and with the cyclic vomiting syndrome, it's a lot of things that can start it. Like, he can be get too excited about, like, happy about something that may be getting ready to happen. He can get really, really upset, like he did. He could just be doing nothing. He could also get too hot. He can get too cold. He could be bringing in groceries. So I try to have we use a wagon to bring our grocery in, and I put up the grocery and stuff like that. And so, like I said before, he's had cyclic vomiting syndrome since he was 4 years old. And back then he vomited for I want to say 5 days, and he was put in the hospital for 5 days. That's when he was first diagnosed. And so this time, like I said, he was vomiting for 10 days. Then it finally stopped. But while he was vomiting, I would still try to give him water so he wouldn't get dehydrated. and the Pedialyte, that like they've always told me to do. Once he stopped vomiting, you wait for like 2 hours and try to give him the Pedialyte or the water, and the water had the electrolytes in it. So I was trying to put his electrolytes in it, back in him. Finally, he stopped vomiting for 3 days, and then during those 3 days, he was able to hold down the Pedialyte, the electrolyte water. I'm sorry if my thing is shaking, my arm is shaky. And he did good with that. So that was for 3 days, but I still wasn't able to get the electrolytes to stay in him. So he just wasn't looking good at all. He was not looking good. Like, it was just horrible. His eyes were sunken in, they were black. He's lost a lot of weight from this, but he needed to lose a little weight in the house, so we're not too concerned about the weight, because he wanted to lose weight. But he shouldn't have had to go through this. Nobody deserves this. I don't care what color no one is. Nobody on the earth deserves to be discriminated against because of their race, period. Because like I said before, God loves us all. And I'm going to keep speaking up about the discrimination here, because I believe deep within my heart that God placed me here at Christian City to try to make a change. Even if it doesn't make a complete change, I'm the one that's speaking up, because everybody